What is up? Welcome to the Sonny C and Philly B show. I'm Sonny, that's Phil. This is the first ever episode of our soon-to-be officially named show. As of right now, we're just rocking with our names. Today we have a lot to get into, and while we will go into some sports, there's been a lot of tomfoolery going around the world and the internet the past couple days, and we have to get into it. So how you feeling, Phil?
I am feeling terrific tonight. I'm a little upset. I was at a carnival, and I went to go and get fried Oreos, and they ran out. So that was depressing.
Devastating.
But everything happens for a reason, as they say. So other than that, though, I mean, crazy world, crazy things. I'm doing great, though. I'm happy to be here.
Great. You just ordered some food. Where'd you order from?
I'll tell you what. You really think that, things can't get any worse and, with, the country and a whole bunch of other things, but Applebee's. And Sonny, I'm not a walk into Applebee's man and sit down at Applebee's and have a meal. I'm just not about that. If it's like that last minute DoorDash, like that's what I'm going to go with, that's what I'll go with. And, Applebee's is getting rid of half apps. And I don't know if you're a big half apps guy, but I do know there's a lot of people out there that support half apps. I mean, it is half off appetizers, and they're ending that. And I was told that the other night. Now I was in there. It's like seeing a Smurf. Never gonna happen. You'll never see me in there. So yeah, there's no more half apps at Applebee's. So for the people who do half apps at Applebee's, which is definitely a majority of the country, I mean, I feel very bad for them today.
In this economy, with these gas prices,
they're going to take away
half apps.
They have taken away half apps. They're coming for your lemonade next, I bet.
Dude, that's like taking pins away at the bowling alley. Like, what are we doing here? Half apps is ingrained into the Applebee's. That's why people go there. And I'm so confused.
You know what it's like? It just makes no sense. It's almost like when people sleep naked in the winter, like it's cold. In the summer, I get it for some, but that's what this is. It makes no sense. Like, why would you do this? And every explanation that you give it just doesn't make sense.
The only explanation you could give is that it's costing them too much money or that they're losing money on it. But like you said, half the people are only coming in there because you're offering the half apps. They're still ordering an entree.
It is not sit-down food. Like, Applebee's is not sit-down food. It's not. You're not looking forward to your Friday night. Like, hey, let's all go to it is more of a 11 o'clock. Oh, let's just walk into Applebee's. Half apps. That's what it is, and it's a terrible thing. But Houlihan's still does half apps.
Terrible thing. So I saw something the other day. Pull it up for me. I think you got the video.
What are we talking about? There's multiple videos.
I'm aware. I'm gonna get to that. Okay.
There's multiple.
So we're here talking about how egregious it is that Applebee's is taking away half apps. Okay.
Right.
There was a video over the past week of these three girls who absolutely ripped apart a French fry restaurant. Now, the place is called something like Mr. Fry's, Day Fry, something like that. It's a New York City-based French fry restaurant. Now, Phil, when you play this video and everyone watches this, I'm going to ask you why you think this happened. So if you play the video, if you can.
So, I'm playing. All right, here we go.
Okay, so it's called Bell Fries in the city. This girl is there's some type of alarm going off.
Oh my God.
Immediately, things start flying. But below the barrier, first of all, terrible barriers because they don't go all the way down.
She's got hops. Now she's got, we got a chair. Oh my God.
Look at this video. Now,
Get her on the Knicks.
Now, Phil,
look at the backdrop.
Let it keep playing, but mute the video for me. Listen to me, okay?
Oh, we got to twerk off.
Twerking. Oh,
we got to twerk off. Oh, they got the bulletproof.
They got the bulletproof. Now, here's my question: what happened? It could stop a bullet, but it ain't
stopping that ass.
What do you think caused that? You think there was some you would have think that they said something horrible to those women, like
shit,
maybe a racist remark, something terrible. Like you would have think that they did something truly egregious to piss them off like that. Do you want to know what they did? What happened? Take a guess.
Whoa! Oh my God! Hold on, I gotta watch this whole thing because there's a lot. All right, they were definitely out clubbing late because look what they're wearing. Okay,
100% inebriated.
okay. Here comes A-Rod's
And pause it. Pause it
ex-girlfriend
right
with
now.
the
Pause it right
Yankee
now.
cap. Oh, shoot. Oh. Okay,
Do
wait.
you
Okay.
see? This is the problem we have in today's society. These women are destroying the restaurant.
Why is
Pause it.
nobody
Pause it.
helping?
And
Pause.
there are 10 men in the background, not only watching, but recording the video. What is going on? Now, take your guess. I want to hear it from you. I don't want to give you any hints. What do you think this Belle Fries did that was so bad to start this reaction?
So they're definitely drunk. Look at what they're wearing and look at what time of night this had to be. It's very late night. If let me play it. Can I play it?
Sure.
Let's fit. Okay. So okay. Did they forget like a French fry? There's the middle finger.
Okay, listen to this, okay?
Oh, she's saying somebody tried to kiss me. Maybe.
No. Listen to this, okay? So these girls.
Okay, now hold on. So sorry to cut you off, but
No, you're
watch
good.
here. Watch here. Okay, like the Giants could use her on the O line. Watch how she just grabs her back. Bang, like you're coming back with me.
That's holding.
That's holding. That is a holding. See, look at that. Look,
I mean,
Ryan
she could be
Strome.
used at QB.
Look at that. Wow.
She could be used at QB.
Yeah. But
So the story behind this is that these girls came to get some fries. Now, they wanted some extra sauces. So they got the normal amount of sauce, but they wanted extra sauce.
They wanted extra sauce.
And the person behind the desk, you know what they said?
What?
They said, that's fine. Our policy is $1.75, and you can have all the extra sauce you want. So what I just told you is that these women, who I did look up, have been charged with felonies, have been arrested and charged with felonies.
Right.
For destruction of property, among other things. They did that over $1.75 charge for extra sauce.
Economy's bad.
The last time I checked, a sauce is ketchup, some barbecue sauce maybe,
Aiola
like
sauce.
sriracha, some
Aiola
truffle
sauce.
aioli. That is what is worth a felony. How good are those sauces? I'm so confused. We're not talking Chick-fil-A sauce. What is going on?
Dude, I don't know. How good is this sauce? Because here's now what I really don't understand. So they've destroyed the place, but why are we why she get up and just like
why are we getting sturdy on top of the desk?
It wasn't even like a good twerk off. It wasn't a good twerk off.
She just did it to show the guy that she could, just to disrespect the establishment.
Oh, look at this one.
She tried to get him. Bang.
Boom, bang.
Every time you watch it, it gets better.
Bang.
Now, as you know, I know you've seen this video, but that wasn't even the most famous destruction of property from the day.
Oh, no, it wasn't?
It was not. Because there was another guy who is a more famous guy by the name of Chris Sale.
Oh, my God.
Making a rehab start in AAA, not even going against major leaguers. Terrible outing. This man didn't perform to his standards. And what did he do in response when he got pulled from the game? Did he high-five his teammates and say, you know what, we'll be straight. Like, we'll get him next time. All good, just rusty. No. He took it out on cabinets and a TV as if the TV was the one that made him throw 6 walks. Like, what are we doing here? Chris Sale, have you never had a bad outing before that you do that in AAA in a rehab start? Now, let me be clear. He then paid for many, many people's dinners and meals the next day on his team. But come on, man. I mean, we can't be doing this. There's one thing to show emotion, but this was another level. Oh, my Phil. He looks like Amari Stoudemire walking through the Knicks locker room punching the fucking fire hydrant, costing us a playoff berth.
Why would the guy walk past him? Like, what's he trying to get out of it? Okay.
Slam.
He's got a good grip.
Great grip. He couldn't even get it off the wall, so he started kicking it, and then he had it. He's like, I had enough now.
But why is this guy walking back there? Like, he's like, I'm gonna go talk to him. Wait a minute, I'm only a AAA coach.
I'm gonna go talk to him.
I'm gonna go talk to him. Hey, you know what? Nope. Look at the dodge. Like,
ready?
Like, boom. Like,
also, I love this. Look, play it back. Chris Sale is not moving an inch for this guy. Like,
no, Chris Sale is head down.
This guy turns his whole body to get around.
Is it now? Yeah, now he's like thinking, okay, I'm gonna go talk to him, calm him down, maybe a little slap ass. Nope.
And then he sees the damage. He's like,
He's like,
absolutely not.
nope.
And that's what makes the situation so great because no one even knew about Chris Sale. Obviously, big major leaguer, but like he hasn't been relevant in a long time. So the fact that this dude just comes out and biggest thing of relevancy in the past year is him fighting the clubhouse, literally the clubhouse, not people in the clubhouse, over a bad rehab start. Like, come on, buddy. Got to put your eggs in a better basket, in my opinion.
I mean, those eggs are destroyed in that basket.
I mean, those eggs are destroyed. Speaking of eggs, do you want to hear an update on the chicken situation?
Yeah, well, so here's the thing now. You have to kind of explain to some people what the
Of
chicken
course.
situation is now. So for the animal expertises that me and Sonny both have, me, a bear coon in my backyard, sometimes a massive groundhog. I saw a skunk one time. I ran for my life. Because life tip with skunks, everybody, if you see one, always think there's definitely a family behind it. There's
my friend Franco,
family.
his dad, he is not from America. He's from Argentina. Right. He has a great line that he always says. He goes, if there's one or more. I love that line, and not a lie was told.
Well, it's just like sharks or alligators. Like there's one, there's more. Okay, so explain to everybody about the roosters.
Okay, so here we go. Ready? I'm gonna give the breakdown.
Speaking of roosters, there's actually a rooster on my glass.
Crazy coincidence.
Crazy.
So here at the Carton household, okay, my parents decided, they were like, all right, like we're bored. One dog's not enough. Like we're gonna get chickens. I don't know why. I think it stemmed from the fact, like, wouldn't it be really cool if we could just make our own omelets and scrambled eggs from the eggs that we got from our own chickens?
Right. Could have went like with a turtle or like a frog. Or something exactly. Like that. Yeah.
A rabbit, a bunny. No.
Chickens.
We said chickens. So what goes into chickens, you ask? You need to have a chicken coop.
Right.
But then once the chickens grow, like we're not talking chicks, we're talking full-size chickens, then you need what's called a run so that they can have some room to play around and then go back to the cooping. So because we had a coop not that big, we had 8 chickens. Okay. Now, for those of you that don't know about chickens, when they're younger, when they're chicks, it's very hard to tell the gender.
Right.
Especially if you're not trained.
Right. But nowadays we're teaching, if at the age of 5, you can, chop some things off.
That's actually a great question. I wonder if the chickens have.
So like, do the chickens have a say, like when they're born, like if they're a man or a woman? I'm sorry to cut you off, but that's a controversial issue right now.
That's a great distinction. Like I didn't even think about that.
Like it is 2022. A 5-year-old can be an alligator and bite his classmates if he wanted to.
No, but you know what's crazy? I think I'm going to go outside right now and apologize to the chickens because I never gave them the choice. I made them. I told them what gender they were. I never gave them that opportunity.
You never did.
That's crazy of me. I'm sorry. I'm actually sorry.
The rooster could identify as a chicken now, and now you'd have, dude. Wow.
Okay, so let me finish saying so that they can understand how bad that is.
This is bad.
What happened was you can't tell the genders. Now, roosters are very aggressive. Hens are the ones that lay eggs. Roosters, the hens are the women. The roosters are the males.
Hens are okay.
The hens are the females. The roosters are the males. So the roosters, they try to fertilize the eggs by banging the chickens, by banging the hens, right? But they are ruthless, like relentless, like
biology,
relentless, right?
Oh, so we've got like chicken rape.
Essentially, yes.
Chicken rape. Okay.
So we go out there, a few days ago, and one of the hens is bleeding, like missing feathers, and we call our chicken expert, where we got the chickens from, and he's like, "Yeah, the roosters are biting their feathers out while they're trying to bang them because they're trying to hold them down." So what we realized was, essentially, we had 3 roosters because they were getting way bigger than the rest, and then we had 5 hens. Now, you can really only have 1 rooster. Some people have none, but you should have 1 in case you want to breed, just so there's 1 male to set the pecking order. So we figured, let's get in touch with our chicken guy, and let's see what we can do with the 2 other roosters. One of them's name was Speedy, and the other one was No Name. Speedy and No Name. So Speedy and No Name, our chicken guy comes over, and he's like, yeah, they're way too big. Like, you got to get them out of there because they'll start essentially, like, not even to joke around. I would never joke around about this, essentially raping the chickens. So What happens is they decide that we need to get rid of them. So to my mom's absolute dismay, the chicken expert runs into the coop, grabs a chicken, like snags the rooster, snags Speedy, literally Speedy, from his leg, and launches him into the backyard. Speedy immediately gets on his horse, dips into the bushes. Now, yo's out there, they don't know my mom. She is an animal rights. She loves animal rights, as we all should. She's not a fan of zoos. So for us to have these chickens, like they need to be kept properly. We're not messing around. Like she's giving these chickens a great life.
Yeah, so these chickens are like living. They're living.
They're living large. They're at Casa Carton. They're doing great. So now she knows that there's one rooster running on our property because it's fenced in. He couldn't get out, but she didn't know where it was. Next day goes by. She sees him, runs away again. Couldn't get him. The next day goes by. Our dog starts barking, and all of a sudden, followed by the barks, are clucks, like absolute chicken sounds. So all of a sudden, my mom's like, holy shit, the dog just found the chickens. Or I'm sorry, the dog just found Speedy, the missing rooster.
This is like short, when you go after like a rapist. Like they found him.
We snag Speedy. We put him back in the chicken coop, and we're like, that's the end of it. Now we have to figure out what we're going to do. So we get back in touch with the resident chickens expert. He's our guy. We hit him up. We're like, yo, we have a problem. No one else will take these roosters. We need you to take them off our hands. And he says, no problem. So this morning, I get woken up, my one day off, get woken up around 12. I'm told that at 1 o'clock, I have to be ready to extract the 2 roosters, Speedy and No Name, so that we can bring them to this alternate location and they can live happily ever after. And the rest of our hens will be safe.
Did you tweet? So, is there a video of this?
There is no video.
There's no video?
There's no video. But what I did this morning was I went into our chicken coop with gardening gloves on.
Right.
And I did my best chicken expert rendition impersonation. And I snagged it by the leg. I lifted it up and put it into this container we made with holes so they could breathe.
Right.
And loaded it into the Suburban, into the back of the trunk. We drove our way all the way out to Jersey. I'm in Jersey, but we had to go to a different part of Jersey.
Don't give out your location, dude.
Of course not. No, the state is fine.
Okay, right, yeah.
We moved to a different spot of Jersey along the turnpike, and we drop off the roosters, and immediately they've run in. We get back home. We check on the chickens back at home.
Wait, you just let them go on the highway?
No. We brought them to the chicken expert's ranch.
Oh, okay.
He took them in, said all good. He now gave us 3 hens back. So it was a little quid pro quo, a little trade, if you will.
It was like LeBron, but for roosters.
Exactly.
It was a full trade, yeah.
2 roosters for 3 hens, no big deal. We take the 3 hens back. We initiate them, introduce them to the rest of the chicken crew. A little beef off rip. One of them went out. His name's Papa Bird. He's the lone rooster we have left. One of them took a little stab at him, and he kind of defended his ground. So we'll give you an update there. But long story short, yeah, that's the chicken situation. So we lost 2, gained 3. We now have 9 total chickens, 8 of them hens, 1 rooster. That is a lucky rooster now. No other competition. By the way, that's got to be the happiest chicken on the planet.
Yeah.
This man was battling with 2 other workhorses, and now he's alone in there all day with the 8 hens. Not a bad life.
No, it's not a bad life at all.
Not at all.
These chickens have some story to say.
I mean, these chickens could probably tell you some of the best stories you've ever heard in your life, Phil.
They gotta have like they probably have seen like great fireworks. They probably have fireworks for the 4th of July.
Oh, 100%. They look right over the horizon, the neighboring towns. You definitely see some fireworks from the chicken coop.
Now, speaking of fireworks, there's this video that I just feel like needs to be shared. I'll show you, and I want to break it down. This is a big breakdown.
This is like John Boy.
Exactly.
Like a Philly boy breakdown.
Yeah. So let's I'm gonna break this down with everybody. Here we go. Okay. So I'll add a little. I'll let you watch it with the Katy Perry music first, and then I'm gonna break this down with you. Okay. Firework. What you worth?
All right, now mute the music so we
Okay.
don't get
Okay.
copyrighted, but keep going.
Okay. All right. So here we go, everybody. Okay. So first of all, when it comes to fireworks, always in life they say if at first you don't succeed, try again. But with fireworks, if at first you don't succeed, you're most likely dead or something is missing completely.
Something is badly
So,
wrong.
quite frankly, okay, they have messed up because first of all, this is a very bad firework. You got to get a firework that's going to go at least above this house. Can you see where my mouse pad
Of
is?
course.
All right, so you got to go up
Dude,
above here.
you
Okay,
need at
that
least
firework has to be in the air.
you
It
need
has
at
to be
least
visible.
it has to be bigger than Yao Ming. If it's not
Okay.
taller than Yao Ming in the sky, it's not real fireworks.
Okay, problem right out of the gate. Okay, why are they sitting down in a chair? You have okay. So ready? Here we go. All right, we're lighting it off. Dad over here, his shirt looks way too tight. All right, he's watching this. Here's the other issue that I really have with this whole video. Okay, it is not dark out at all.
You know, I did not even think of that.
Okay.
Why are they doing fireworks?
There
right
is
now?
a time for fireworks, and this is my scenario. At 9:30 to 10 o'clock, 10:15, you could light the fireworks. Anything past 10:30 or below
You're
9
a
o'clock,
douchebag.
you're a douchebag. You are like if you are lighting fireworks during the day, like for what reason? What
Let
are you
alone
looking
the
at?
day after.
Exactly. I could spark a rock in the ground. But no, you could do fireworks, I believe, all summer, frankly.
No.
And Christmas and New Year's.
No.
Maybe New Year's. New Year, you gotta let it go.
No, we gotta go into this before you continue. If I was neighbors with you,
right,
and it was July 4th, and you had a fireworks show, right?
Correct.
And you were like, "Hey, son, come watch the fireworks show," and I was like, "Thanks for the invite," and I came, and it was a glorious night, right?
Right.
No complaints.
No
awesome.
complaints.
Like you could go for hours.
Hours.
If on the night of July 5th, I got in my bed and I said goodnight to my family, and I was doing what I do, scrolling Twitter, getting ready to go to sleep.
Right.
And I heard fireworks from your backyard, I would walk directly up to your house and dump water on the fireworks.
But see, you won't be able to do that because they're going off, and you're not going to go near the fireworks because, like I said,
I will.
It's just like, okay, all right, I agree. Like the other night, it was like 12 o'clock. I'm like, are we being bombed right now? I'm like, no, we have air defense systems, and it's just fireworks. So it was okay. But now I'm going to break this thing down for you, okay, everybody? Here we go. So first of all, they are in a terrible sitting position. I mean, practically giving up hope if a firework comes at them. Okay, you are a sitting duck here, okay? I mean, I like the chairs, but look how both kids like matching the shirts that they're in and all that stuff, okay? All right,
color
so
coordinating.
Color coordinating. Okay, no, boom. Look at this guy. He says, just F you all. He grabs the chair. This guy right here. I mean, okay, first of all, okay. All right, so little man back here takes the chair practically with him, or his pants are falling. Okay, his pants are falling. This guy is terrible running form. I mean, this
These are
running
kids,
form.
Phil.
It doesn't matter. I mean, you're running for your life right now, okay? But
wait a minute.
Here, hold on. We're gonna look at that in a minute. Here's where this really gets impressive, okay? Okay.
What is that guy doing with the kid?
Watch the neighbor or the dad or grandpa here. It looks like grandpa. Okay, watch.
I'd say
watch. Look, watch the hand. Watch. One hand grabs the head, grabs the chair,
leaves the other two kids to fend for themselves.
Says F you to the other two kids, grabs the chair, then's like, oh, I can't take the chair. So let me just grab it by the shirt and run with this.
So he is now trapping his neck between his right hand and his waistband.
Oh, here we go again.
What is that uncle doing? What is he doing, Phil?
I mean, all right, so here we go. Now look at the neighbor across the street. She's just like, what's going on? Nothing. She's just watching. She look at all the kids. They're watching like, okay. Like nothing bad has happened here.
Did we not learn from Jason Pierre-Paul? Like, I don't know about you, Phil, but
dude, this kid,
when JPP, when that whole incident happened with JPP, that was all I had to see. Like, not once from that point forward did I ever think about messing around with fireworks. I'm not saying using fireworks. Fireworks are awesome, but like,
I love
dicking around.
Fireworks.
Like, after that JPP story, not once ever again have I ever been like, oh, I'm gonna go do this with fireworks because like I saw my friends on Snapchat the other day. I actually got pissed at him. I had to FaceTime him and like yell at him because him and his boys were like, holding fireworks off their chest and shooting them up. And I'm like, yo, it was my friend Malachi. I'm like, yo, Malachi, like, what are we doing? Like, that's so dangerous. Like, I respect it. He probably had some drinks in him, but have you, like, all I'm saying is when I heard that JPP story, I was sold. Like, you didn't have to tell me another word about being careful with fireworks.
Oh, 100%, dude. I mean, 100%. You're absolutely right.
I have another question for you because
Yes.
I saw, and we have 2 videos here to play related to the question.
Okay.
Since when is scaling buildings the go-to escape route from the police? Is that a new development? Did I miss that wave? Is that a 2022 thing?
Scaling buildings, you got to be gifted to get to there's a let me pull this up. Let me just make sure I'm ready to go. I don't want everybody to see my DMs on Twitter. Nothing really like treacherous to where like you'd be like, oh my God, Phil. Like,
no, nothing.
Like, what are you looking at? But they're okay. All right, here we go. All right, let me pull this up for everybody.
So whichever one you go first, doesn't matter. Both of the videos are glorious. Both of them are absolutely incredible examples of the new wave of escaping from the police. Okay, so this one really was crazier. I'm glad you played this one first.
You're welcome. Absolutely. No sound. You want sound or no sound?
No sound.
Okay.
What looks like a guy standing on top of the edge of some sort of train or bridge.
This is in the Bronx,
city, right? This is certainly in the Bronx. That's some type of bridge, train, whatever you want to look at, right? Some type of stanchion. Now, below him are clearly several police officers. And pause the video for a second. When I saw this, because of the world we live in and how things have gone, and I thought he was trying to jump off the bridge to commit suicide. And I was like, this is a horrible video. Why am I was about to click off of it. Why is this going viral? Why was this posted? But then what I saw was something so much greater because this guy was not about to give up, but this guy was about to actually do one of the most brave things you could ever do. Now continue the video. When I saw him, okay, go back.
Hold on.
This guy jumped over a New York City sidewalk. I'm not sure if you're not from New York or near New York. You can't really put that into perspective. That man jumped across the sidewalk. I've never seen anything like this in my life. I've seen people jump over buildings. I've seen people scale buildings. I've seen people jump the gap in buildings. I have never seen someone do what this man just did. I'm absolutely astonished.
But there's no running start. There's like no running start. It's literally a push off.
It's a push off one leg, Phil. Now, it is with absolute despair that I tell you that there was a follow-up video of him getting caught. Presumably because he probably broke both of his knees when he landed, to be honest.
Now, look at the whole neighborhood
following. But my God, this guy was the main character of the day. He essentially had his own TV show the way this is being filmed. So as you can see, they end up getting him at the end of this video, and it does suck because I really wish he would have escaped. But that's what the next video is for, because as good as that video was, what that guy did was scarier than what the next guy's about to do. But the next guy had a successful escape. And even better, the next guy had multiple people with the chance to rat him out, and he did not. So we'll get to that in a second. But, I mean, it's hard for me to put into words how crazy that video is.
Wow.
It's just not what I would ever do. Like, I would just turn around and run. I would turn myself in before I jumped over the building like that. Like, worst case scenario, you're dead, buddy. Like, what crime could you possibly have committed to need to get away like that? I have absolutely no idea. I really don't. I really don't. Truthfully, I don't have anything else to say about it. Like, I wish I did, but I want to interview the guy. I want to get the guy on the podcast, actually. I'm going to do my best Tommy Lugauer work here and try to see if I can get that guy on the podcast.
Then we're not going to get him. I mean, we are not going to get him at that point.
Phil, no Tommy slander.
I'm just saying
Tommy slander free space.
Yeah, I'm saying is that like that's a tough one to say like, oh, like, we're gonna get him if we do what Tommy like. I don't know. You know what it is? Tommy's not having a good 3 weeks.
Tommy is not having a good 3 weeks.
He's having a rough summer.
I'm telling you, Lugauer will bounce back. I'm telling you now, like 100%. I've seen in his eyes. I see the way he works. He will bounce back. No
I
worries.
hope so. He's got to pull some. All right, you know what? We won't even get there.
Just send me. Play the other video. Play the next one.
Yep.
Play the next one in the line of escaping from police.
There we go. Escaping from the police. Never thought. Go. Okay. Now we don't endorse this, everybody.
Yeah, let's make that clear now.
Yeah,
do not run from the police. It is the worst thing you can do. Whatever you did, it adds a charge on of evading arrest for those that didn't know.
First of all, you can't like not. Whoa. Okay.
First of all, wait. I want you to go back to the beginning of the video.
I'm gonna. First of all, okay.
So this man has about a 20-yard head start.
Okay.
Pause it. No, go back. Pause it. I'll tell you when to pause it.
He mapped this out. He knew what he was
striding. He's chilling. Pause it right here. Right where he turns into the alleyway, like right where you see him about to approach the alley, right there.
All right.
So he is approaching the alleyway. Okay.
My man over here is more worried about his hat.
No. Go back.
Okay.
Pause. Leave it leave it at the frame where he's approaching. So he's sitting right here. Okay, and he's like, all right. There's trees to my right. There's a gate in front of me that's closed. There's a little trash can. There's a building to my left. I can't go back where I came from because he's hawking me down, and I don't have the Saquon Barkley jukes. What's the best option? See, I probably would have gone to the right. I probably would have see if I can hide in those trees.
I would not be being chased by the police.
Because, well, obviously, no, we don't condone that. But if you're in his shoes, I go to the right. Clearly. Like, there's no other option. Okay. What does this was filmed in the UK, by the way. So those are some different breed out there. What does this guy decide to do?
I'm going to play it.
He decides, I'm going to climb the building. Now, he gets so lucky that this cop was worried about his hat because he gets right over the roof before the cop sees where he went. Now, this cop must be the most confused guy on the planet, more confused than my 8 chickens when 3 of them had to leave.
He just fought a dumpster.
He fought the dumpster. Now, the best part of the video is coming up because whoever was recording this obviously saw the whole thing. No shit. Now, this guy... Pause it here. Yeah, raise the sound up. Where's he going? Where's he going? Gone off the face of the planet. So,
see, like, honestly, you can't like rat the guy out.
You can't rat the guy out. You just saw one of the greatest human performances ever. Like one of the great evasions of all time. And you're going to say, oh, yeah, he's on the top of the building? Absolutely not. You're going to let him clear out. You're going to bring the guy down. And then you're going to buy him a drink at the club. And then you're going to post a TikTok as it goes viral. That's exactly what you're going to do after that.
Absolutely. I mean, you're probably going to buy the guy a drink too. But, yeah. It's almost like, wow. That's one of those things that you just don't believe. It's like a Helen Keller type deal, right? Like, did she actually write the book when she was blind and deaf?
You're still on about this.
I am.
I told you we're not getting into this.
We won't get into this. We won't go into this. No, we won't get into it. We won't. I'm going to avoid this.
No. If you don't want to, now you have to. Now you have to. Now you can. You have to give me 3. All I ask is 3. No, 2. I'll take 2. Give me 2 reasons, 2 defenses of yours for why you think that she did not exist.
Okay, so first of all, I have it right here exactly because I've talked about this with people. Okay, is Helen Keller real? Like, did she actually write a book? And are the things that are claimed that she did real? So she was blind and deaf. Back then, like anybody who nobody back then lived long enough. If they had the flu, they were dead. So like you're telling me that this woman cannot see, she cannot hear. Back then, like they'd walk you up to the cow pasture and just shoot you. I mean, if you're blind and deaf, how are you writing a book?
Dude, she was a genius. That's why they kept her around.
But like, she couldn't see or hear, and like she's touching like.
Oh, so you don't like that? So you're prejudiced against deaf and blind people?
I'm not. But back then, I just don't get it. Like, listen, if that were to happen today with the technology, absolutely, because you go through there, like you could do like the like Stephen Hawking, right? Like, yeah, you could do it through like your brain, whatever it is, right? I just don't think that back then they were like capable of doing these things.
I can't believe I'm doing a podcast with someone who hates the blind people.
I don't.
Unbelievable.
No, don't say that. That's fake news.
It's unbelievable.
No, that's not. That's terrible. No, that's not true at all. I just don't think that. I don't know. I just don't believe that with the whole Helen Keller thing for those reasons. And I feel that, listen, back then there was no technology, no medicine for this stuff. That back then they were just literally like, this is the child. And people were like back then, like, oh, like, I don't want this like issue anymore. Nowadays, it's like, okay, there's enough technology to where we could do things. Like, you ever see like with a kid, like the kid with who's completely colorblind, gets glasses on for the first time, then sees color. It's like, wow, that's amazing. Back then, they they thought that she was just messing with them. Was she messing with everybody back then? It's a lot of optics, and that's how I feel about the whole entire thing.
I just went on Google and I just saw the dumbest question I've ever seen in a long time, Phil.
What was that? Why did we send 5? Okay, yep. What was it?
Someone wrote, was Helen Keller the first blind person? What? Was Helen Keller the first blind person? No. That is... I don't even know what to say to that one. I don't know how to respond to that one. All I'm going to say is that I know there was some type of, wasn't there a whole story about how we had this helper and how the helper taught her everything? And I don't know. I'm not well versed in the Helen Keller, the whole situation about how she came to have her educational knowledge and how she got her political background. But I do know that she was very influential, and I'm 100% sure she existed based off of the pictures alone.
There's a thing on Google. Did Helen Keller actually fly a plane?
I think that would be Amelia Earhart.
No, there's actually a thing that she just sat there and flew the plane calmly and steadily. Guys, I'm sorry. Like, there's no possible way that back then the FDA was like, sure, you're blind and deaf, fly. But meanwhile, my sock in my bag will put the plane into the Atlantic Ocean.
First of all, Phil,
but the guy who's 500 pounds won't do anything. My bag could be a pound over, but the guy who's 500 pounds taking up 2 seats when he only bought 1 ticket, you know what I mean, everybody? So this is, once again, this claim, this is a hot take. This is what I call, Philly B too hot. This is a hot Philly B take. That's what I'm going with on this.
Well, first of all, the FDA wasn't even founded until 1906, and she was born in the 1880s.
Yeah, well, they had to have something. There was definitely like a guy who was like, oh, you cannot fly the plane.
They got to have a guy. But I will say this. Back then, how would they know if a baby was deaf and or blind?
That's what I'm saying.
No. But that's what I'm saying, because you're saying that they would have brought her out to the pasture and pulled a Lenny in whatever that book is that I'm blanking on right now about the Lenny and his friend of Mice and Men. That's the book. Pull a Lenny and just get glacked out at the pasture. And I'm saying to you that they wouldn't have even known that she was deaf and blind back then without the proper test to run until they started yelling at her and she wasn't responding. And by that point, it was already probably too late because they realized that she was smart. That's all I'm saying. You struck a nerve with me with the Helen Keller.
I think you're on my side on this one.
You struck a nerve with me.
I think you're on my side.
I'm not on your side.
I think you are. I think the chickens are too, and the roosters.
I'm not on your side.
I think I've won the conversation.
You know who could use
Twitter
the
Dude,
Twitter poll?
Put a Twitter poll up.
Twitter poll.
Put a Twitter poll up.
Twitter poll. Was Helen Keller a real person?
I'm gonna vote like right away. Can I vote on this poll?
No.
I can't vote.
Well, fine. If I do, I get to vote on my own poll.
We could vote. We could both vote.
All right, I'm writing this out. So I'm gonna write at Phil. I'm gonna put your little Twitter name. It's just your name, right?
Yep.
with a J in the middle.
Yep.
Philip asks, comma, was Helen Keller a real person? Poll, yes, no. We're going to set this to a day. So we'll see if there are any.
No, this should end tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
No, it's going to be a full day.
A full day, okay.
But you'll know, as most polls, you know what's going to happen pretty early on. So if anything happens while we're still recording this, I'll update you. That poll is out there, no longer to worry. Do you know who could have used the absolute genius of Helen Keller and her activism and her lectures?
Who?
You know who could have vastly used that?
Who?
Michael Jordan. Do you know why I say Michael Jordan?
I'm speechless.
You're speechless. Okay,
yeah.
As I thought you would be. I'm going to tell you why Michael Jordan could use Helen Keller's leadership about right now. Michael Jordan
is the worst NBA
best basketball player I've ever seen.
He's the worst owner in the NBA, I think.
Best player I've ever seen, though.
He's terrible right now. But yes, greatest player in the world.
When it comes to owning a team, my guy MJ has made some mistakes, okay? He has made some vast mistakes to the point where it's truthfully sad. From drafting Adam Morrison, that's probably the worst of the bunch, to the contract he's given out, to Kemba. I mean, he has done some abysmal things over the years, but nothing has looked worse on the Hornets than what their players and former players have represented the organization doing this offseason. I sent you a tweet. You don't have to pull it up just so you can read it. I'll just say it to the audience. Here are the things that Charlotte Hornets players have done this offseason, which has only been active for less than 2 weeks because the Warriors just won the championship, I think, 2 weeks ago yesterday. Listen to this, okay? So first, Miles Bridges posts a picture of him on Instagram Live or on his Instagram story of him sipping lean with a joint in his hand.
Okay, right away. Drugs are bad, kids.
Drugs are bad. Right away.
Stay off that train.
Horrible. Directly after that, he takes it down. He says it's pink lemonade, okay? Predating, or I think a day after that, or it might have been before, along the same timeline, Montrezl Harrell gets arrested with 3 pounds of weed in his car. Now, I'm a huge supporter of marijuana and THC. That being said, you can't be driving around with 3 pounds in the whip, man. I mean, come on, Montrez.
Honestly, dude,
what are we doing here?
There's no way that he was sober going there to get 3 pounds. Like, what do you need the 3 pounds for?
Well,
now, I don't smoke.
He could run through 3 pounds. As crazy as it sounds, him and his boys, I'm sure they partake a lot in it. They could run through 3 pounds in honestly a few weeks. But still, you got to be smarter. You can't be transporting that all at once. And it probably did reek in his car. It probably reeked. He was probably sparking one out the side. He probably had a J sparked. Guy sitting shotgun. Cop comes over, smells. He's like, "What's this?" Smells again. And
it's a DUI. It's practically a DUI.
Speaking of DUI, I was going to get to that next. It seems that even players that no longer play for the Hornets still cannot escape the Charlotte Hornets curse because Devontae Graham, now a member of the New Orleans Pelicans, was arrested for driving while impaired over the weekend. So you're telling me that Miles Bridges goes from lean and a joint, Montrezl Harrell arrested for 3 pounds of weed, Devontae Graham arrested for DWI, and Miles Bridges goes, you know what? And now I'm going to get serious because he's a heinous person. He goes, I'm going to one-up you all.
Big word.
I'm going to one-up myself. The man gets arrested for domestic violence, for beating his wife in front of his son. Now, Phil, there are a few things I will never stand for. There are a few things I will never allow happen without me speaking out about it.
Assault is bad.
I'm thankful enough to be in the media. Assault of any kind is bad, let alone to a woman. You are the scum of the earth. Miles Bridges, I hope and pray that somehow she was lying. Somehow your own son was lying when he said that you hit her, because you should never play in the NBA again. You should never have the privilege of representing any organization again. And I truly, as much as I do feel bad for him because he just missed out on life-changing money, I feel worse for his son and the wife, because they were about to make money too. They were about to be set up for life. And because of him being a horrible, no good, abusive person, that's no longer going to happen. His son might have to grow up with his father behind bars. And it's just a horrible, disgusting situation that I can't believe is happening to a guy that was about to sign $100 million contract, Phil. Who is the veterans on that team? What is Gordon Hayward doing?
Okay.
You would think Michael Jordan would have this under wraps.
I honestly, once again, blame Paul.
Blame Paul. Shout out Carter Roberts.
Who hates Michael Jordan the most in the NBA and in the NBA world?
Isaiah Thomas?
No. LeBron James.
No, LeBron loves him.
LeBron cannot
LeBron loves him.
No, because LeBron knows that if he were to win an NBA title as an owner, everyone's going to be like, oh, well, MJ now has this amount of rings. What's LeBron going to do? When LeBron buys his team, is LeBron going to be able to win an NBA title?
When LeBron buys the team in Vegas?
Okay.
Putting that out there now?
Okay, LeBron James is sabotaging the NBA like you've never seen before. And just a quick example, everybody, about how bad of the Charlotte Hornets have been. It's almost like when your gas prices hit $7 and you ship about 5 million gallons to overseas to foreign countries. When people are dying at the pumps.
Your son is on the board of an energy company in that foreign country?
Correct. Making $200,000, $500,000 like that. But anyway, now I'm going to get into that because that's not what that's about. But you know what? Just that's the fact. There's no way around it. So yeah.
The Hornets are putting together a first team all courtroom.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. Like all NBA selections.
And LeBron James will be the judge.
LeBron, as influential as he has no hand in this matter. This is a Charlotte Hornets issue. Something in that organization, a screw is loose. Obviously, it's a little bit of a stretch to add Devontae Graham in there because he no longer plays for them. But as I said, he can't escape the curse. And I mean, what just an absolute insane few days of stories. Like, this stuff's making no sense to me. Like, I couldn't have made this stuff up.
No, you couldn't. You just couldn't. It's quite frankly, it's crazy. And yeah, man, that's what I'll leave at that. Sonny's rant about the National Basketball Association.
I'm sorry, it's just some things that strike a nerve. I can never forget it. Like I just have to. Excuse me. Now I have the hiccups the rest of the episode. 1 second, take over, Phil. I'm gonna hold my breath and get rid of the hiccups. Ready?
Okay. Oh, I'm taking over.
Yeah, so, that's the part where you take over, yeah.
Yeah. Well, everybody, so in other news, I think loyalty is such a, since we're both going on our own little rants, I think I'll go on my little rant right now. I think that loyalty is such a, is going to die one day. Because here's why I say that. You always see in like business, everyone's like, oh, you got to be loyal. You got to be so loyal to everybody. But now, you look at like, kids, like people our age, it's like people got a girlfriend, next thing you know she's cheating on you, the loyalty's gone, or your buddy's going out and he's getting with the girl that you're talking with, and the loyalty is dead now when it comes down to multi-millions of dollars down the road or any sort of money or income. You really think people are going to be so loyal to you?
She belongs to the streets.
No, they belong to the state. They belong to the country, practically. It's mind-boggling when you see these people. Like, the other thing, too, is not to make fun of anybody.
I feel like you're about to make fun of someone.
You ever go to a carnival and you watch people play the game Frogger? And like, now I'm a Frogger expert, by the way. I've gone off on that game. So with the frogs, the water. I watched this guy tonight play Frogger, like cut off tee, like my man was jacked. Man winds up, completely misses. He
Stop.
misses the thing. I died laughing.
Stop.
But then there's some people that like just I just a lot of head scratching when like you look at just like when people like leave their house, like how could you how could you walk out of the house like that? So again, loyalty is dead. Carnivals are just a different breed of places to go. My one great friend of mine was doing interviewing people with a microphone, and he was going, "Oh, what's the freak name and occupation freakiest thing you've ever done?" And I kid you not, Sonny. This one girl goes like, "I've never done anything freaky." My buddy then goes like, "I don't believe you. You seem like you're a pretty freaky, great content creator." He puts the microphone back. She then opens up her mouth and eats the microphone.
Like when Riley Reid went on Impulsive and deep throated the microphone.
I never saw that episode, but practically, yes. Like this mini mic was now like gone.
Huh?
Yeah. Yep.
She ate it?
I don't want to demonstrate because it would be such a crazy meme that could be made up out of this, but just like, yeah, like full blown like ate the sushi.
That is absolutely unreal.
Yeah, I was taken back when I saw the video.
That's absolutely unreal.
Yeah, it was crazy. Actually, though, this is the funniest story of the day. Okay.
I don't know.
So,
There've been some good ones.
I finished golfing. It's more of how stupid could people be. Okay. And here's what I don't get. Like, Sonny, if I'm gonna have a conversation with you about something, I'm gonna be informed on the topic I'm gonna have with you. You know what I mean?
As you should.
Like, someone's gonna come ask me a question. Like, you should know what you're gonna ask me. As an assault victim that I am, and we don't joke around about that, but this time is very funny. I finished a beautiful golf round today. I walked all 18 holes. Really amazing round. Okay.
What'd you shoot?
70, 93. It was really just tremendous. From the tips, walked all day. So I get back inside to the clubhouse and I'm talking to a bunch of people, as I do, because I'm a spokesman for the people, right? I speak, I help people. And one waiter comes up and goes, "Oh, hey, Mr. Bacacci." They call me that, right? And you know what, Sonny? I love it because you know what? Okay, you want to call me that? Call me that. I will never be nice to people, like waiters, like, "Oh, great job." You know why, Sonny? Because then they look you up on social media.
Okay? No one's looking you up, Phil.
No, Sonny.
No one's looking you up, Phil.
There's a thing like you want to look somebody up, look them up, but don't ask them questions. So he comes up to me and goes like, "Wow, Phil, like I saw this article about, like your dad with an assault and like a flag football, man. That was crazy." And I'm like, does this motherfucker think that my dad was assaulted at a flag football game?
Know your facts, kid.
Yeah, so I'm like, you know what? I am just going to let him roll. Completely just let him roll with this story, okay, that he's telling. So then he goes to me, he goes, "Were you there when the assault took place?"
Was I there?
I go, "Yes. I had a front row seat to it." He goes, "Well, man, that's crazy." I go, "Yeah, it is." And I kid you not, everybody in the room, literally their mouths were just like dropped. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you got to know your facts, people. So right there, that's your little Philly beat takeover. Know your facts, be loyal, and don't eat a microphone.
So you're going to leave us with your tidbit on the day is be loyal. Don't deep throat mics.
Correct.
Know your facts.
It wasn't a full-blown deep, you know what? Yeah, keep going.
Don't deep throat mics.
It was.
Know your facts.
Yeah.
And stay with it.
Yeah, you got to know your facts in life. If you don't know your facts, I mean, you're fucked. Plain and simple.
Facts, not foolishness. I think we should leave it at that, honestly. I think that's a great way to wrap it.
Yeah. What you got anything in closing or just...
What do I have in closing? In closing, I'm going to say this. The Mets won 10-0 tonight. I think they are a more dangerous team than the Yankees. And that's what I'm going to leave it with. All I'm going to say is come back to me in October. We're going to have some discussions about Mets Yankees, because as good as the Yankees are, the Mets pitching is absolutely like that. And with Scherzer and DeGrom coming back, it is going to be dangerous. So for those out there that like baseball, and for those out there that like sports, I know we didn't get into a lot of sports today. I know the Hornets thing was kind of related, but not really. We were kind of just having fun. There were some crazy stories that we had to tell you guys about.
Nah,
So
don't apologize
went
about the
into it.
Hornets thing. That was good. I liked it.
No, I'm not apologizing about that. I'm
I
apologizing
liked
that we
it.
didn't get more into sports. I think the Hornets thing was great. I'm saying will be a more we'll go into everything, but we just had to let you guys know with the pilot episode that we're not afraid to get into the crazy topics. We'll take it wherever it takes us, and hopefully, maybe down the line we'll start recording this live so you guys can get in the chat room and give us stuff as we go, because we always appreciate that and want to interact with you guys there. So, if you don't have anything else to say, Phil, let me know. If you do. This has been the Sonny C and Philly B show, still to be named properly, but
Yeah,
I'm rocking with that for now.
Yeah. Hey guys, go see The Rise of Gru. It's really good. Also, hot take. Think about this. I'm going to leave you a little cliffhanger right now. Aaron Boone, Hall of Fame baseball manager. See you later.
Bam. Goodbye. Have a good one.
Winners win.
Winners win. Losers lose.
Wow, that was really good.
Just end the broadcast. I mean, it's not. I know it's not. It's
I know. Yeah. I know. Before we say some fucked up shit.